Hello, and welcome to For Better or Worse, the podcast where a husband and wife duo delves into the highs and lows of movies and TV. We're going to navigate the cinematic landscape together, sharing our thoughts on everything from blockbusters to hidden gems. Whether it's a cinematic match made in heaven or has a ton of red flags, we've got it covered. Tune in to experience our unique perspectives as we embark on the cinematic journey as a couple, just as we agreed on our wedding day, for better or worse. I'm Toby.
I'm Gino.
And before we get into our episode, I bet you've all enjoyed this roller coaster that we've been on for the past few years. And if you love our opinions and insights, don't just be a silent spectator. I think it's time we tie the knot. And I think it's time that you, give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe.
Do the things on YouTube. We've got, 98 YouTube.
We might be over 100 already. I have to check.
We'll have to check. But as of the last time I checked, 98 YouTube subscribers. So if you are on YouTube or have a YouTube or had a YouTube and haven't checked it in a while, you might as well add us.
If we get to 10,000 subscribers, we'll get another cat. So share this with your friends.
10,000.
We'll get another cat. 2 cats.
20,000, 2 cats. 10,000, 1 cat.
Every 10,000 subscribers, we'll get another cat.
I think that's a great plan. So let's work towards that.
Yep.
And today on our episode, we are finally,
after 20 years.
25 years.
15 years. In 2008, 2007.
They just had their 25-year anniversary.
After 25 years, finally.
We'll check that. We are going to do a Sopranos review.
Gabagoo.
If you don't know where that is, it's on HBO or more recently known as Max, but we're
not calling it Max. Spoiler alert. Also, we have a new camera. Hey, it's basically the same camera, but this one's more stylish. So for those of you who accidentally found this video because I tagged it as Fujifilm X100VI, this is being filmed on the Fujifilm X100VI. So consider this a test of the camera when the person using it doesn't know how to do lighting properly. And you could also see if it overheats.
And I recommend, writing a comment. Hey, this looks great.
This looks great.
Hey, this is trash.
Yeah, this is the new film simulation, the Reala Ace. So this is what we look like in the new film simulation. I'm usually this white, so don't judge the camera based on my white forehead.
And I have an olive tint.
Yes. So yeah, this is an overheating test. One of the reviews I watched said the camera overheats. So if the camera blacks out during the podcast and all you hear is audio, that means the camera overheated. If it doesn't black out, that means the camera did not overheat. And you can go buy that camera right now, and you'll get it in about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
By the time all the back orders are... so I'm like one of 3 people that has this camera, so that's why I'm taking it.
Gino was really upset about it.
We're getting those sweet, sweet Fujifilm clicks.
Click us. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, God, I hate the noises you make.
Fujifilm clicks. They just clicked away from...
yeah, they did.
This looks like crap.
Well, if you're also watching, I'm on my phone. Because it has been so long that apparently my iPad was dead.
iPad was dead. We tried to film this twice already.
2 times.
We were sick. One of us was sick, and then the other one was sick. Yeah. And one of them, we set everything up, and then I was like, I can't do this. My nose is
literally sat down, did the intro, and he's like, I can't do this. And I was like, ha, that's so funny. And he's like, no, really, can't do it.
If you think these sounds are gross,
it was worse.
It was worse.
And you're still going to have it.
You're still going to have it.
We will not be healthy until our child is,
until our child moves out of the house.
In college,
we're always going to be sick.
So
yeah, anyway, Gabagoo, speaking of families, Toby.
What
the Sopranos, a family drama.
A family drama, yes. So, again, sorry, I'm on my phone. But to start off, right, Sopranos has been on the air for like a really long time, or had been on the air a long time ago, is what I'm trying to say. So, Gino, what did you know about the show before we watched it?
I knew it was good because everyone told me it was good.
Okay.
I didn't realize how good it was.
Or like what was good about it, right?
I guess I didn't know what was good about it. I've seen clips of like Pauly Walnuts on YouTube and stuff, and that's kind of what it was like, all right, we'll watch the show. I got influenced. So I knew there was like some fun characters. I knew it was violent. I didn't know why it was good, I guess. But I knew like everyone in my family watched it. Even people.
I'm pretty sure my parents watched it
and
too.
My parents didn't have HBO, so they would like go to people's house or like they go to my grandma's house. It was like a big deal. Watch.
And I wish it was a really big deal still, because like we talk about the episodes a lot or like bring stuff up, but like it's just between us. No, actually, that's not
No,
true.
I talk about it with people at work, but there's people who are like, I haven't watched it in 20 years. I'm like, oh.
That's true. And I was talking about it with one of my coworkers, and every time something crazy happened, I'd be like, "You didn't tell me," and she was like, I'm not going to tell you." I was nuts.
Why would you want her to spoil it?
There's a lot that I needed spoiled, and we'll get to that.
Oh, also, I don't know if you guys picked up on this on YouTube, but we're dressed up as Tony Soprano, which I don't really need to do much. I mean, I have more hair than he does, but
no. To be
not
clear,
much.
this is Gino's regular attire.
This is my regular attire. That's, I think, my favorite part of the show is that I already dress like Tony Soprano.
Right. So it was like a connection, like, oh, you guys are the same in
like
different ways.
He is like a mafia guy who doesn't really work, and that's why he wakes up so late all the time, and he's always late being a mafia guy, like up.
Right, I get it.
I'm a teacher who's off in the summer, so.
Right, and this is
my
schlub is the
outfit.
attire.
Yeah, I mean, like without, I might take this off. It's really hot. This is very hot.
I'm quite comfortable.
Toby keeps the house at like sauna levels, so
Toby,
I'm dying.
Everybody
70. It's 70 degrees in this room right
sauna
now. Sauna levels.
And
I'm
that's
dying.
it. And also, the compromise is not for me; it's for our son.
Sure.
If we did not have a child,
60
it would
degrees.
be
60 degrees.
so cold right
And
now.
I would wear this, and we'd be fine.
That is why I got pregnant.
But like, if it was 70 degrees outside, you wouldn't wear this robe outside. You would die. You would die.
We'll test it. It's almost going to be 70 soon.
So back to your question.
Yeah.
I knew it was good. I didn't know why it was good.
No, you answered it already.
I didn't know. Well, I also want to kind of bring up like, everyone's like, oh, like Game of Thrones. It's like the Game of Thrones, the best show since Sopranos, best HBO show since Sopranos, Game of Thrones, blah, blah, blah. So I knew it was like at least as good as the best of Game of Thrones, because that's the show that I was always compared to.
Yeah, you guys should go back and did we ever do Game of Thrones?
We don't have. We do.
We did House of the Dragon, right?
If we're gonna do Game of Thrones, we'll do like seasons 1 through 5.
We're not doing
the rest
Game
of it
of
sucks.
Thrones.
So yeah, I mean, like, is that a question? How do we compare this to Game of Thrones?
No.
Should I just answer it now?
No.
Okay, I
But
won't answer it.
okay.
This is way better than Game of Thrones. Way, not even close.
What about Game of Thrones 1 through 6?
Even the best of Game of Thrones is not as good as this. I like this way.
I don't know, Gino. There were no episodes we watched twice in a row.
Okay, that's Battle of the Bastards. That was a battle scene. So yeah, there's no battle scenes in this. And I didn't watch that because it was a good episode. I watched it because it was a good battle.
Twice.
And we got yelled at by our neighbor.
We did. We got very into it, and
yeah.
our upstairs neighbor in our
When we lived in
apartment,
an apartment, yeah.
came downstairs and was
the
like,
upstairs neighbor who is stomped around so much he knocked the fire alarm off of our ceiling and knocked plates
But
out of
we
our
were loud.
But we were too loud because of the Game of Thrones. So yeah, to answer that question, I think it's better than Game of Thrones. It's a real shame that like HBO right out of the gate had the best show ever and just not been able to hit that.
no, I'm laughing because to answer that question as if I'm the one that asked it.
Yes.
This is a good answer to your own question.
Toby's in charge of the
I'm in charge,
of the
but no,
notes.
I'm not.
Go ahead.
Off the rails. Okay. Now, I get confused. There are only 6 seasons, but I feel like a ton happened. So I want to quiz you, and I don't have the right answers. What was the big story plot of each season? Right? Like, what happened in season 1 that was the big deal?
Season 1 is easy. Season 1 is the power struggle between Tony and Junior. And it ends with Junior. He makes Junior the leader because April, not April. Who's the boss before Tony was the boss?
Oh, Jackie.
Jackie.
Remember, his name is Giacomo.
Yeah, but
He had cancer. He
yes.
died.
So he was the standing. So the actual leader of the family is in prison.
Oh, just to be clear, if you
never
haven't
bring him up.
No. If you haven't watched Sopranos,
I said spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
So it's the DeMeo crime family, but the DeMeo guy is in prison permanently for life. So the guy who had cancer was the
Giacomo,
and he always called himself the de facto standing capo or whatever the hell they're called.
Head, by the way, head.
Yeah. And then he dies of cancer.
No.
And it's a big power struggle, and then he lets Junior be the leader.
Right. That way, if anything goes down, Junior gets in trouble.
Which happened immediately.
Right.
Immediately, Junior is in trouble, and the rest of the show, he's just like in court and like in a mental institution.
Not immediately.
Like almost immediately.
Because in season 2, then Tony's mom tries to kill him.
That's season 1.
What?
Yeah, that's season 2. She's in like 2 episodes and then she dies. And there's a really bad CGI head because she died.
Wow.
Yeah,
A lot happened. Okay, so season 1. So what? Tell me season 2.
Season 2, no idea.
Okay. Who's the big bad? Is the big bad April? in season 2?
No, Jackie Aprile. Oh yeah, Jackie. Yeah, so some of the older guys come out of jail.
And then, okay. Oh, no, not yet.
Yes.
No.
Because Jackie Aprile,
But not the older guys.
he's older. Okay, whatever. I don't remember.
Okay, season 3,
I don't remember.
4.
I don't remember. I'm just telling you I don't remember.
Okay, 5.
5 is like when the Johnny Sack goes to jail, and they have the big problems with the New York crime family, and like they kill Vito.
Oh, then season 2, 3, and 4 have to be all the other big. So it's April, it's the like rat faced guy.
Yep.
And then it's my guy with the eyes.
Your guy with the eyes. Who's
What's his name?
I don't know.
Yes, you do, Gino.
The Sopranos.
He's his cousin, but he's a real actor. He's a famous actor.
Michael Imperioli.
No, that's no. Wow. I hope you guys know the answer.
Ralph Cifaretto. That's one of the guys.
So Ralph, right? And Ralph must be season 3, and Ralph ends up with his sister.
Yep.
But before that, Jackie, April, whatever his first name is, ends up with the sister.
Steve Buscemi shows up at some point.
Steve Buscemi's my guy with the eyes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Steve Buscemi must be like season 4. Man, he doesn't make it to 5 or 6.
No, I think maybe he doesn't.
And then 6 must be
Tony kills him.
Yeah. But then season 6 must be the other guy that's in charge. The military looking one. The Italian with the gray hair.
Johnny Sack?
No, Johnny Sack's second in command.
Phil Leotardo?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Phil Leotardo is like the ultimate bad guy of the 6th season.
Yeah.
Because when Johnny Sack goes to jail, Phil Leotardo comes in charge.
Right.
We forgot Furio.
Oh, Furio.
Furio's there for a while, almost pushes Tony into a plane.
But I'm just asking you like the main parts of each season. So relax a little
Feech
bit.
LaManna, Toby? Feech LaManna?
Yeah, but that's one of the old guys that didn't come out season 2. All right, next question. We didn't do really well with that one.
Okay.
I honestly thought Gino's memory would be better.
No, sorry.
I
failed.
So pause this for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I didn't realize was huge until we turned it on was that Tony goes to therapy. And that's like a big deal.
I knew that about the show.
So my question is,
already.
So how did you feel about, sorry, wait. How did
that make you
Wait.
Did I ruin the joke?
Yes. How did the therapy element make you feel?
I mean, like, it's nice to look at Lorraine Bracco. She looks great. Bracco. Lorraine Bracco. She, Dr. Melfi. What I liked about her is that basically Tony's excuse for a lot of the stuff that he does is that Italians came to this country, had nothing, $3 in their pocket. Everyone was racist against Italians. And his family had to go into crime because there's nothing else for them to do, right? They built the churches with the stonework and they went into crime. Whereas Dr. Melfi, who's also Italian and also descends from those same Italians, her family completely negates that because her family went to
her
school.
Parents are immigrants,
right?
And they had a different path.
So, like, my family's more on the Dr. Melfi's, at least my grandfather's family, the Italian
Would
side.
you tell us if you were in the mob?
My family's from Northern Italy, which they crap on Northern Italy. Furio craps on Northern Italians, which I'm offended. So, like, they were immigrants. They came here with $3. My great grandfather was like 4'2". He like built a bridge, not the one in Baltimore.
Other bridges
in New York. Yeah. Too soon?
Oh, Gino was making a culturally relevant joke.
A culturally relevant joke.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, because that bridge got hit by a boat.
Yeah.
Didn't fall from shoddy.
He might have worked on a boat. I don't know. So, like, and then now everyone in my grandpa's family, we're like the worst ones in my grandpa's family. Teachers and whatnot. Everyone else is like cardiologists and like the doctors. So, like,
that's true.
The idea that you have to be in the mob is nonsense. So I like that aspect of it. But to me, it's also just like, there's a million mob movies. What else are you going to do that's interesting?
Well, and I thought
Send them to therapy.
I thought that was really cool. This is off topic a little bit, but like how relevant the film industry was in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because you can't like have a show about the mob in current times without poking fun at all the movies that were made about it. And the fact that Chris...
It was very meta. They like brought it up.
Right.
Yeah.
It was super meta. And like Chris went into the movie. Oh my God.
Silvio kept quoting us Scarface all the time.
That's right.
And Godfather all the time.
Ugh, so funny. Chrissy. The only reason I want to have another son now is to name him Chris. Just to call him Chrissy.
Christopher well, our only fan is Christopher.
Chrissy, you're up.
Yeah. The other thing I really like about Dr. Melfi,
Good.
his family,
Yeah.
is that the discussion, I didn't realize this at the time, obviously, because I wasn't allowed to watch Sopranos because I was 10 or like 6, whenever it came out. But I remember my grandfather like yelling at my family members for watching The Sopranos because it would give like a bad name to Italians. And that is a conversation that happens several times in this show. So they must have known that Italians were mad about this show. And then they wrote that into the script. So Dr. Melfi's family is like, these mafia guys give a bad name to Italians, blah, blah, blah.
It wasn't even her family. It was
Like
all
her
of her like
husband.
rich friends and her husband were having this.
ex-husband.
What?
Her ex-husband, I think.
Yeah, we're all having these conversations at the dinner table.
Yeah, so that was happening in my family. Those conversations were happening. I remember them distinctly.
I mean, you did just say it was very meta. So
Very
on
meta.
point.
So there must have been like some sort of Italian organization like my grandfather was part of, and they were like blah 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 blah.
Got to shut down the Sopranos.
Columbia, so the Italian postal workers of America that were mad, and my grandpa was mad.
Yeah, that must have been scary. No, I'm just kidding.
I was just not allowed to watch it, so I was like not allowed. Like this half of the house of my grandma's house off limits. Don't go over there.
They're busy.
Oh, I also remember that no one liked this season finale. No one liked it. Not a single person in my family liked
I
season
don't
finale.
remember if my parents liked it. I'd have to ask.
I remember them being mad. I was at my Uncle Peter's. We were like, I was eating chips. It was like a big deal.
Well, we might as well just like.
Sorry.
Oh no, that's gonna come up.
But yes, to go back to your question, I did like all the Dr. Melfi scenes.
I also did. I thought it was weird that some like for like streaks of episodes they wouldn't do it. Like it just like stopped. Like was she like busy filming something else?
Who knows? I don't think so.
Or like it got to the point, and I'm sure it was on purpose, but like they wouldn't even talk about anything. Tony would be mad. She would be mad. I was like, why are you still going?
Yeah. I don't know if that was the point or like they just didn't really know where to fit her. And then like the last episode, she's like decides, I'm not seeing you anymore.
Right. Bye,
like,
Tony.
One friend says one thing about like criminals using therapy to like be worse criminals. And she's like, that's it. I'm done.
Right. Oh, he's so super manipulative.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I did like the whole episode where she like dreams of him as an attack dog.
Well, that was after.
After the sexual assault.
That's bad.
But like the idea that she didn't end up using him as an attack dog.
Right. She didn't sick him on that guy. Yeah.
She didn't go down to his level.
Yeah. And that was early on too, so good for her because I probably would have.
I want to now if there are any therapists listening, or psychotherapists, or psychologists, or psychiatrists
Anymore? Yeah.
are you supposed to show that much leg when you know that your client, your patient is physically attracted to you? Are you supposed to continue?
Right, like when
leg.
do you come in with a blanket?
Yeah, or like this,
Like a
potato
robe,
sack.
a nice pantsuit.
Your pantsuit, yeah.
Only because are you encouraging the behavior from your patient, or
Comment below.
Or are you supposed to just be like, you need to get over this?
Yeah, I mean, it was clear that she was like attracted to him as
Also
well.
into him.
Yeah, which is okay. Can we add that question? Is that a question?
No.
I'm adding a question.
To ask me.
Why is Tony Soprano so attractive to so many women? He's fat. He's bald. He's not. His face isn't like. I mean, again.
Do you want to hear from me?
No. Yes, I do. No offense to James Gandolfini. I mean nothing, but like you're not Brad Pitt. So what is it about Tony Soprano that's so attractive?
Okay. So I am on the Tony Soprano train.
A lot of women are on the Tony Soprano train.
He is powerful.
Okay.
He is firm, but also like jokes. And I'm sure he's also like gentle when he wants to be.
When he's not abusing
You don't know.
Okay.
You have no opinion on this.
Okay.
Gentle when he wants to be. And like Can be. I don't know, you guys. I was like, give me a little bit of Tony. And then other James Gandolfini. I'm just like I'm really upset James Gandolfini is dead. I'm like very upset.
I know. Like, think of how many more movies he could have
Well,
been
and
in.
you wouldn't watch the one he did called like Absolutely Something. He's in a movie with.
I guess he's got a good looking face. I'm going to take that back. He's got a good looking face.
No, he's a good looking dude. He's got a nice smile. He's got a cute nose. Like his squints like me.
I think Tony Soprano is a grosser person than James Gandolfini is.
100%.
Yeah. But that makes him more attractive?
What, Tony being gross? No, I could do without him schlubby.
And he's like, he like eats like
Yeah, no,
gabagool.
I'm out on that. But like,
Fistfuls of pasta from the
tell you,
fridge.
those like powerful Italians. Clear. I mean, like I'm into Italians. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
She likes her hairy backs. I got 2 big hairy back patches if anyone wants to know.
Nobody wants to know.
So yeah, that's my question.
Answered.
And I want to say, James Gandolfini, phenomenal actor. Like, lived the role. It seemed like a real person. Great.
And we are from, right, the East Coast. We're
from New York.
New York. They were in New Jersey. They would partake with New York stuff. Like, it was... I truly can't even do I could try and do the accent,
You're
but
doing
it just
the accent.
but
You
it
did
sounds dumb when I let me try. Let me try and do one of the girl
Mr.
accents.
Sheffield.
No. But it's not. I could do Mr. I can't right now. I'm too nasal.
That's the nasal helps.
Mr. Sheffield. No, it's too nasal.
It's too nasal.
I know. But like to do, freaking, what's her face is from a couple towns over.
Who?
God, your memory is...
Edie Falco?
No, the daughter.
Jamie Lynn Sigler. Yeah, she's from Jericho.
She's from Jericho. So, like, we're a couple towns, literally one town over from where we grew up.
Yeah, I would guess my least favorite characters are the kids, specifically AJ.
Is that one of my questions?
Not that the actor was bad, but he, like Jamie Lynn... where's Robert Lear from?
He's from, like, Connecticut.
Okay, so that comes through, that he's from Connecticut.
Yeah, not that he's not from an accent place.
We grew up on Long Island. We know Italians. Like I would like to consider myself not the most like spiky hair, Jersey Shore.
No, I truly married the most
kind
boring
of
Italian.
But there are plenty of spiky haired Jersey Shore Italians that went to school with us.
Yeah,
and AJ does not come off as a spiky haired.
No, I really think he needed.
I'm trying to say this without using any sort of Italian.
He needed a dialect
slurs.
coach. Well, relax. He needed a dialect coach.
Or they were doing it on purpose.
Or they were doing it on purpose to show that he was clearly the black sheep.
Or that Edie, like that the wife was like very doting and like wanted a different life for their kids.
Oh, maybe.
Like he's like a rich kid who like always grew in a mansion.
Like, I mean, I don't know any boarding school kids, like, or kids that like went to private school so young. I don't know.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I know a lot of Italians from the New York area. He doesn't come off as that.
No.
Jamie Lynn Sigler, more believable. She's from Jericho. You can hear her in her accent.
Which is Long Island.
Long Island is Jericho. So like you hear it, and I think she's half Italian, half Jewish.
And she honestly, like, she obviously didn't have to put on an accent. And I think that's, like, also part of it. Where's Edie Falco from?
Edie Falco is definitely from New York.
No, I don't think she's from, but she's from around here.
Edie Falco, American. She's American.
Okay, great. Check that box.
She's from America.
Yeah, but I don't think from...
New York City borough, Brooklyn. Right next to
okay.
your dad. When's your dad born? Oh, no, your dad's born in like 53?
Yes.
She's 10 years younger than your dad.
But
where in Brooklyn?
We don't know.
But she sounds like she's from New York. You can tell who's from New York and who's not.
You can.
Everyone is from New York.
Oh, wait. So
except for the character that plays AJ.
I know. Well, wait. Paulie Walnuts went to the same high school as my dad.
What high school? Oh, yeah.
Right? It's like Midland.
Yeah.
So that's like exciting.
Like okay, Michael Imperioli. I think he's from New Jersey or from New York.
So that is Chrissy.
That's Christopher. They're all from New York. Son of a bus driver. Like, come on.
Oh, my God.
Brewster, New York.
Oh, that's upstate.
Boo.
He had the best New York accent. Where's he coming from? Brewster.
Maybe he's from like a part of upstate that's like.
I mean, I think Brewster's like.
Our only fan is from upstate New York, so we have to.
Boo! I'm just kidding.
All right, so I take back everything I said. Stephen Van Sant. I was curious as to why.
He's not from New York.
He's from New Jersey. I was curious as to why Stephen Van Sant was putting on this like ridiculous angry face the whole time. That's his regular face. That's his face. He's always like, you watch him play. Look, every picture.
Who's better?
If he's not smiling, he's making that face. You look like Stephen Van Sant a little bit.
He was like my favorite. Sil,
Well, until he murders people in cold blood.
True, that was tough. That was tough to get around.
And that's like the crazy part about this show. So like we again, I think our weakness as film reviewers is that if we like your characters, we'll like the rest of the show. Obviously, this show is amazing in all ways, including the characters. But what's crazy about this show is you love the characters so much because they're such awesome people to be around. And they're funny and they're like charming and whatever, and then they'll just murder someone in cold blood.
But like,
Ooh,
it's like
what?
a surprise that they have this super like in season 1, Tony just like gets a string and like strangles a guy on camera. Do you see it all? And you're like, oh yeah, he's not a good guy.
Or like Sil, who's just like kind of in the background. He's like
takes
an advisor.
Adriana out to the
and
back.
Murders her. Like,
oh my God.
Takes one of your favorite characters and murders her.
And she knows it the whole time. And you're like, no. She's just being paranoid. She's being paranoid. Oh no. Dead.
Like Game of Thrones, most of the characters are despicable, horrible people, and you don't like them. Like the Lannisters all suck, except for Tyrion.
Jaime.
There's never a point where you're like, oh, these Lannisters are great people. No, Jaime's horrible. Jaime becomes better.
I came around on Jaime.
Jaime starts the show off horrible.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
you don't
terrible
like
person.
it, but you said it all. I came around on Jaime.
At no point where you're like, I want to hang out with Jaime Lannister in the beginning.
In the beginning, no.
At no point where you're like, I think I would want to hang out with Tywin, even though Tywin's awesome. No. Maybe Tyrion.
Always Tyrion.
But these people are like regular people that are like funny
like
and you want to hang out with them.
They outside a coffee shop. They go to the bakery. They go get
espresso. Get an espresso. And then they kill someone in cold blood in the middle of the forest in New Jersey.
And like they work with union workers. And like
I'm
we're part of a union.
We're union workers.
Yeah,
Where's
so
our
no.
Oh.
Bad.
Bad. Mafia bad.
Bad.
Who's your my favorite character, probably Walnuts.
Oh my God. Oh, that is the next question.
My favorite character?
was your favorite?
I mean, obviously like Tony, you know, you got to like the Gokus and the Supermans, right? You got to like the main characters. If your main character's bad, the rest of your show's bad.
I think if we ever did Harry Potter, that's what Gino would say. Except Harry Potter.
Except for Harry Potter, where the main character is the worst character and he's a brat, and everybody else is good.
Sound off in the comments.
And it still works somehow. And unlike Game of Thrones, which doesn't really have a main character, this show like has a main character.
Right, like it's about
Soprano.
Tony.
It's about Tony. It's about Tony's families, multiple families. Which I think another reason why the kids are unlikable. You're like not supposed to like them. It's like they're supposed to bring stress to Tony's life.
And they do. And they're just awful.
Yeah, I'm not saying the actors are bad.
No, like the storylines they gave them.
They're unlikable characters.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Who's your favorite?
My favorite character is probably Walnuts, by far. I mean, like he's just so funny. The way he talks, the way he always stands with his hands like this.
I can't believe he made it to the end.
He does. He doesn't die.
He makes it to the end.
Syl
dies.
Tony dies.
And also your big guy. What's his name?
Oh, Bobby B.
Bobby B's.
That's another thing they have in common. Both shows have a Bobby B.
Bobby B is one of your favorite characters.
Bobby B. And he's one of my favorite characters in Game of Thrones. King Robert, Bobby B. Bobby Baratheon.
Like
both have a Bobby B.
They both have a Bobby B.
So Bobby B doesn't die in the first season. He's like a background character in the first season.
Yeah, he's like Junior's helper.
Now he just makes Instagram videos where his dog's eating at restaurants.
You guys, you should follow him. What's his name?
Steven Sharipa.
Yeah, you should follow him. It's just him and his
where he's
wiener
from.
dog.
I'm going to say Queens, but it's probably Brooklyn.
No, he's not from Queens.
Okay.
I say Brooklyn. Early life?
Bensonhurst. Damn it.
Bensonhurst, New Jersey.
No, Brooklyn. What the hell's wrong with you?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn. Are all these people from Brooklyn? Oh, he went to Brooklyn College. Hey, CUNY.
My grandma went there. That's where my dad.
I went to Queens College.
That's close.
I think, is James Gandolfini from New Jersey?
Let's find out.
James John Gandolfini II, Jr., Westwood, New Jersey.
Wow.
Someone's got to be from Queens. Oh, she's from Queens. Adriana's from Queens.
Which part?
Whitestone. Great sandwiches. I know she's from Queens because they mentioned that like she went for an audition and she didn't get it, and then like she was back home at her mom's house in Queens, and then she's like, I don't want to go. They're not going to be a part. And her mom's like, I'm driving you there now. Yeah, Whitestone.
Yeah, we
lived in Bayside.
We lived in Bayside, so like 20 minutes away.
She went to MIU.
Good for her. Probably for acting. What's she doing?
Tony Sirico. It's got to be Brooklyn.
He is Brooklyn.
Yes,
he's from Paulie Walnuts is from Brooklyn. Sil's from New Jersey. Bobby B is from New Jersey.
You know who's still alive, which is crazy?
Junior.
Junior Dominic Chianese.
Listen, fingers crossed he lives forever.
Dominic Chianese.
That man's 90
is
something.
from the Boogie Down.
He's from the Bronx?
From the Bronx.
I might be the only one.
93 years old.
Yeah, no, forever.
Still alive.
Living
Wikipedia
forever.
says is, which means he's still alive.
Yes.
Man.
Are we done? Are we still doing this?
I'm going to look at Phil Leotard, Frank Vincent.
No. Look up, and then look up Johnny Sack.
From Sicily, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Massachusetts, boo. Oh, raised in Jersey City, New Jersey.
All right, good. But look up Johnny Sack.
Johnny Sack. He was like not an actor, or like isn't an actor.
Good for him. He was a mobster.
Vincent Curatola. No, I think he was like a plumber.
Oh.
I don't know. I actually have no idea. New Jersey.
Oh, his Wikipedia is very small.
Yeah, well, because I don't think he's an actor.
I don't know if I was.
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe. Yeah. All right.
If I got started on a big show like that.
Literally everybody except for the actor that plays AJ.
You guys couldn't have cast it a
I mean, again, Robert Lear did a great job.
They just gave him such crap storylines.
But I think that was on purpose because he's not. I don't think those characters are supposed to be likable. They're supposed to bother us because they bother Tony.
Yeah, I guess. All right, you ready?
Like I can see why Tony's annoying.
Who's my favorite character?
Oh, it's not Polly Walnuts?
No, I guess Syl. I loved Syl.
Every time they take me out, they take me back in.
Just everything he did. And the fact that he was in charge of the strip club. Like he had a job. His wife, he was so nice to his wife.
He was like one of the only ones. Him and Johnny Sack was really nice to his wife.
Johnny Sack didn't have a Gumar.
Yeah, no Gumars. Yeah, he had Gumars.
Syl, yeah. But he also was really nice to his wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also really like.
Who else did you like?
I didn't like Chris Moltisanti.
Oh, Chrissy, I liked. I liked Chrissy.
I didn't like his character, but I liked how stupid he was.
It was the best.
He's so stupid.
Such good
yeah,
lines.
so like his character sucks, and like he's always he's like it's just like Tony's kids. Like he's supposed to be unlikable, and that's why he drives Tony nuts.
And then Tony kills him, and his luck turns around.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I did not have that.
Yeah, I think that was the only death I didn't see coming. Because I saw on some YouTube comment that it's like the craziest thing about Chris is that he lasted all 6 seasons. So I kind of thought he was going to last the whole time.
Right.
I didn't realize he dies.
No.
I would say that's probably the most surprising murder.
Right. Because he took so much. But he...
Yeah. So I liked how stupid he was. Anyway.
I also really like that. Now, the better question. Which character did you hate?
The kids. AJ and...
No.
Not the mom.
You didn't hate her.
Because the grandma was a good villain. Like the kids, I did like every time the story revolved around the kids, I didn't care. I didn't want to watch. The mom was a good villain, and the mom was like a believable, horrible mom.
Okay.
And I think the show would have been better had she stayed around.
I know, but
because I don't know, they probably had to change a lot about what the story was.
Her.
I mean, yes, they fired her from life. So yeah.
Okay, you ready for mine?
Yeah.
You know who mine is?
The mom?
No.
Oh.
The sister.
Oh.
Janice.
You know what? I don't hate Janice that much.
Every time
Janice sucks.
Janice was on the screen, I was like, go back to being in California.
Yes, I forgot about Janice.
Leave Tony alone. You're a big headache. Just moving in, telling him what he should be doing.
But every family's got 1 or 2 Janices, though.
And I dislike all of them.
Think about every family you know. Every family's got a couple of Janices.
Oh, they marry someone and then murder him?
I mean, not that much.
Did she
Listen,
marry?
good for her. She got domestic violence and killed the guy immediately. Good for her.
No, she did not mess around.
Yeah, I got to give Janice credit for that.
Oh, and then Tony killed the other one.
Who?
Sariq. What is his name? Yeah. Ralph. Tony killed Ralph.
Tony kills Ralph, but he wasn't domestically violent. She was domestically violent to him because he was into that stuff.
That's right.
We didn't talk about Big Pussy Bumpin' Sarah. Yeah, I liked him too, and then he died. And then he's a fish. I'm a fish.
He was my favorite character, and then I was upset when he started being mean to his wife, and then I was like,
and then he got
he
Stockholm
can go.
syndrome, and then
Yeah.
Oh, what about the one Jewish character? He wasn't your favorite?
Oh my God! Wait, what's his name? It's letters.
It's letters.
Ha. Hill, Hef.
No.
Hugh.
No.
It starts with an H.
It starts with an H.
Wow, it's way too far down.
Well.
He made it till the end too, and he's not on here.
I'm gonna have to Sopranos Jewish character.
Well, this is going to be an interesting search history.
Sopranos Jewish guy. Jewish guy. Jerry Adler is the actor. Hesh.
Hesh
Rabkin.
I knew it was letters.
Herman Hesh Rabkin.
Now, Hesh was great. Hesh was
the guy who was like in the music industry.
Yes.
They had that episode where like the rap artists were trying to get the rights to their music back from him.
Yes.
Yeah. Good stuff.
What a woke episode.
Woke.
Yes.
Sopranos is pretty woke, I would say. They deal with like gay. Like Tony's pretty progressive when it comes, as long as you're making him money.
Oh my gosh! Because what's his face? That was
what's his face? So if you had that storyline now, right? So you have the gay. Like the guy comes out, finds he's gay.
What was his name? Started with a V. Vito.
Vito, right? Vito's gay. Everyone wants him dead because he's gay. Tony doesn't really care because he makes some money, and that's all that Tony cares about. If you made that now. Every conservative, the Sopranos is woke. They ruined Sopranos. It's LGBT now. It's gay. It's woke. You couldn't do it anymore. The whole Twitter sphere would explode.
Just to be clear, you couldn't do it for like multiple reasons. But like,
I don't think you could not do it because it's offensive to gay people.
You think I guess he had such a nice life in like New Hampshire.
The show turns into a gay romantic comedy. For
Truly.
Like half of like a season.
Him and like a firefighter, and they like cook together.
Every MAGA hat, Trump bumper sticker person on the internet would not freak out about that. They start making out in the middle of the show. I'm surprised no one cared. That's what's so great, I think, about the 90s and the early 2000s. You could do whatever you want.
This was not that big of a deal.
Nothing was politicized back then. Clinton was president, and I guess 9/11 happened. So you whatever, right? You could do anything. Now, oh my God, you take your serious macho man mafia show and turn it into a gay romantic comedy for half a season?
There was other thing, and they go to therapy.
Therapy, woke. There's the woke, the HBO is
and
ruining.
they deal with mental health?
Yeah, I know that people say that you couldn't do that now because people think the liberals are too sensitive. It's the total opposite. You couldn't do that stuff now because the MAGA hats would like freak out. What's woke?
Interesting.
Woke. So yeah, Sopranos is woke, so it's ruined. It's dumb.
I like it.
Woke.
Good for us.
Ruined. I don't remember my family complaining about there being half a season of gay romantic comedy. It was just part of the show.
I didn't even know what happened.
But if it was now?
Yeah.
People
probably would.
Yeah, of course they would.
Or like people even got upset at just like the idea of a couple that's different from their own.
There was the lesbian character in the background of the Buzz Lightyear movie, and everyone freaked out.
She was not a background character.
There was like they did like one peck on the cheek, and they freaked out.
That was ridiculous. And then they said there's a lesbian kiss, and we're like, where?
Where?
You guys.
This is like a whole romantic comedy in the middle of your macho man Italian mafia show, and everyone's like, it's the best. It's the best show ever.
I wonder. Yeah. Let us know if you were offended by it. I'm curious.
Who's offended by this?
I want to know because everybody.
Except for Italians, you could be offended by this if you're Italian, especially if you're Northern Italian, because we're better.
Yeah, so you're offended by this. Okay. Well, I guess we kind of already talked about this, but like, what death was the most shocking?
Yeah, I think Chris Moltisanti, because I thought he was going to last the whole time, and like Tony invested so much into him.
I know,
just, like, kill him.
And like told him all the secrets and was like, you're like setting him up to be the fall guy.
And I think it was because he saw. Or I don't know if this happened before or after, but he saw like her car seat wasn't strapped in properly or something like that. He saw something.
Oh my God, that's
kid.
right. He had a baby.
He had a baby, and like it's something related to the kid, and then they got to the car accident.
And he had done drugs.
Oh, you know what? It was after the car accident. He saw like the tree branch going through the car seat.
But Chris was on drugs, and that's why he got in an accident.
So I think Tony seeing that like he would have killed his kid.
Right. He was like,
we
can't be doing this.
Yeah, Tony is very sensitive about like his children
and
like, other children and animals. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you think about the ducks?
I still don't get it.
The ducks.
It's
his family. He's sensitive about his family.
I just can't do symbolism.
No,
like metaphors.
You just smack us in the head with the.
You got it. If it is not, and then I get mad at you for putting it in front of my face.
Yeah, and we're gonna complain about it too.
Yeah, like any Disney movie that the message is in my face, I'm mad about it. So hide it more, I guess, and then I won't understand.
Inside Out, you can be sad sometimes. That's a good message.
No, that's a good message. Yeah. That's a good message. Okay. I guess for me, the death, I was most upset or shocked by Adriana.
I wasn't shocked, but I was upset because I liked Adriana.
I was shocked because I thought Chrissy I don't know why, would actually leave with her. I didn't realize his loyalty was so strong with Tony.
Yeah, I guess I was shocked in that
So
sense.
he went to Tony and said, Adriana, talk to the FBI.
And then Sill's like,
well, we can't be having that.
And then dead. Even though she wasn't a member of the mafia. So, like, she
but she
doesn't
had all
follow
that
the rule.
info.
I know, but, like, technically, they killed the civilian. Like, the mafia people know that if you rat, you're going to get killed. But that's supposed to be because they made an oath.
Yeah, but she knows that, too.
But she never made an oath. So
No,
I think
but-
they did a bad.
I mean, they did it.
Like, it's not... So, like, for mafia people, they consider mafia on mafia deaths, it's two soldiers fighting. They both know what they were doing. They're both part of the mafia. They both made an oath. It's just two soldiers fighting. But if you're killing a civilian, she never agreed to that. So that's straight up, even in mafia terms, that's straight up murder. You just murdered a civilian.
Still don't care.
Gabagoo. So, guys, just to point out how long it's taken us to record this video, I went to Uncle Giuseppe's to get Gabagoo.
Did you finish it, or is it bad?
It's just bad. It's not good now. I mean, it might be good,
We're not going to try it.
but I'm not going to try it. It was really good Gabagoo. Uncle Giuseppe's got good.
It was
expensive.
Good Gabagoo. Just to be clear, what if somebody was
Gabagoo
going to the
budget.
store? They're not going to ask for Gabagoo. What are they going to ask for?
Capicola. No, you can
Capicola.
ask for Gabagoo if you're
They'll
in New York.
respond. You
They'll
have to
know.
do that next time. I would like
No,
Gabagoo.
I'm so nervous ordering either Capicola or Gabagoo, saying either word.
Why?
I went to the little kiosk. You just put in the order. Then
You're
the guy yelled at me.
Italian.
The guy yelled at me. He's like, "Oh, when you put the order in, you can go around and shop, and we'll just have it waiting here for you." I'm like, "This is the only thing I came here for." Like the idea that someone would come to Uncle Giuseppe's
I just here for the
a
Gabagoo.
quarter
thank
pound
you.
of hot and sweet Capicola. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, just hang out here
I was
then.
like, "Great, I can never come back here again."
No, that's the last time. Uncle
Yeah.
Giuseppe's.
Uncle Giuseppe's Gabagoo. So you want some good Gabagoo? Also on Old Country Road in Plainview, John's Farms got some good Gabagoo.
Well, and then we're getting a Salpino's in.
We have
nearby.
Salpino's.
Oh, we
It's in
have
Deer
a
Park.
Salpino's.
We're getting another Salpino's.
No, we might just.
Oh,
be
we have
getting
in
a
Salpino's. They have the Tony Soprano sandwich at Salpino's.
Why didn't we get that for tonight? We didn't have dinner.
It's too far. It's too far down the block.
Okay,
We had Korean barbecue.
we did. I'm full.
Yeah.
Okay. Which storyline did you like the most? Like, whose story were you so invested in?
Like character arc.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone. Like, I think that's kind of the point where like Chris talks about in the beginning of the show how he doesn't have a character arc. Remember that whole conversation he has with It's like one of my favorite. It's like one of my favorite lines of any show ever, where he's talking to Paulie Walnuts, and he's like, like where's my character arc? When's my life gonna get like whatever? He's like, don't you ever feel like nothing good ever happens in your life? And Paulie Walnuts is like, yeah, and nothing did. So what? And it's like the best line ever. So I don't know if this is a show about really character arcs. Like, does Tony change?
No, there's like story.
He changes for the worse.
Oh, so I'll tell you mine. So I was really invested in Other Anthony. In we literally just said his name. My guy with the eyes.
Oh,
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
So I was really invested in Steve Buscemi's story where he got out of jail, he got out of prison, he's going to turn his life around, he didn't want to go back to the mob, he was going to go make honest money and support his kids.
Murder.
And then he does a murder. Well, then he realizes that there's money in the mob, so he goes back in the mob, and then he does a
his
murder.
business fails, or like he's having problems with his business.
Yeah. So like I was like very invested. I also like, again, it's like a weird thing. Like these like powerful mafiosos, like Steve Buscemi can get it.
I think people find Steve Buscemi attractive even in other things, not just Sopranos.
Yeah.
There's something about him.
There's something about him. There's something about, I mean, he was a firefighter. He's got it.
9/11. He was there. I think he went back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I guess like just watching the evolution of Tony Soprano, because like he doesn't have just like one overarching character arc where he like improves and becomes a better person. It's like sometimes he's a good guy and like he like gets better, and then he goes back down to being bad, and then he goes back up to being like a pretty good guy, and then he goes back down to being
I guess
bad.
you gotta have an
and
interesting,
then he just goes.
right. But I mean, you gotta have an interesting main character. He can't.
But like
just,
it's all these like ups and downs of like
exactly.
yeah. So it's like multiple character arcs that happen with him all the time. Like it's like he goes to therapy, he gets better, then he gets worse, then he complains, blah blah blah.
I mean, you can be most invested in Tony's story.
I
That means the
think-
writers did a good job.
Yeah. Oh no, Tony's an awesome character. Awesome character. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like overall character arcs where a character like changes.
No.
Yeah, there's not really that kind of. It's not really that kind of show.
No, I was just wondering.
Or I'm dumb and I don't.
No,
I didn't.
it's fine. We already answered this next one.
Wait, I had a question for you though that I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I forgot the question.
Again?
I forgot.
Okay.
I should have written it down.
I'm in charge.
Okay, go.
Okay, we already answered this, but why did they make the kids so insufferable?
I think that's the point. Because like Tony, even though he's a bad person for being mean to his kids, even though he loves his kids, I think that's very clear. He doesn't like beat his kids. He like threatens to beat
and then
his son all
remember
the time.
AJ like tries to kill himself
And
in the
he,
pool, and he jumps in,
the pool.
saves them.
So like in some ways, Tony is a horrible parent, but he does love his kids. But with that said, he is still a bad parent that gets very mad at his kids and says things he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
But in the back of your head, you're like, damn, if my kids were like that, I'd probably also be an a-hole.
I mean, like,
because his kids really suck.
His kids, I mean, what's her face? What's her name? Meadow. Meadow is not that bad. Meadow does annoying things and says annoying things and is
I could
hypocritical.
take an ecstasy and I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, well, you used to use that too.
I could be buying heroin.
That's right.
That's when I used to spend money on something. Listen, I could spend the money on heroin.
Right, so like you are Meadow.
That's why we're from Long Island.
You got my hair.
But I'm from Levittown.
For some reason.
Yeah, I think that's with a lot of the characters. Is as horrible of a person as Tony, and maybe this is because I'm a horrible person. As horrible of a person Tony is, I can see why he gets so mad at the people around him. Because a lot of the people around him are dumb and suck.
Right, and like make
so like you can always kind of see, okay, yeah, I get why he's so mad all the time. I'd be mad in this situation too.
Well, I mean, also if I'd be stressed out, like if my whole like reliance. What am I trying to say? Like me relying on the income of cash. You know what I mean? Like that would stress me out.
Yeah. Or like every time one of it, like Chris does something stupid, like he overdoses again.
Right. Or like he's always worried about going to prison.
Right. So like
there's a lot.
As bad of a person as Tony is, you're always part of you that's like, yeah, I get it. I get it. I see why he's like this.
All right. You ready for the last one?
Yeah.
The big hard-hitting question.
Gabagoo.
What was your interpretation of the ending?
Oh, he's dead. He's dead. Because they literally say at some point, you're not going to even feel it. And then that beginning of that season, you won't even see it coming. You don't even feel it.
Oh my God, Tony got shot.
Yeah, Tony gets shot in the head.
We totally, no. We totally forgot. Junior shoots him.
Oh yeah, Junior shoots him.
That was a big deal.
He like goes to heaven.
Oh yeah.
There's the whole thing where he's like a different guy. Like, what if he was like a regular guy?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't. Like, what would have happened if he didn't join the mob? He was like a business guy. Yeah, there's that whole. That's the beginning.
Oh my gosh! And we
season 6 is
forgot.
like 2 seasons.
And we forgot his buddy that owned the restaurant.
Oh yeah, and his like very attractive wife.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Nope. We're not gonna look it up either.
No, I am.
You are. Where's he from? Is he from
He's gotta be from
East Coast?
From New York.
What's his name?
John
Ventimiglia?
Ventimiglia. Artie Bucco.
Artie Bucco.
Mafia adjacent Artie Bucco.
Yeah.
Born in 1963. New York, Ridgewood, Queens.
Woo!
Ridgewood.
Crushed it.
Ridgewood is, I think someone in my family is from Ridgewood. I want to say my grandma is from Ridgewood. Well, Virginia, but then she moved to Ridgewood for under mysterious circumstances. But Ridgewood is right by Gabagoo Street. Google Maps isn't loading.
Gino
but Ridgewood.
doesn't know.
I don't know. I know Eastern Queens.
But like that was a lot, right? And we like learned that you don't lend money to friends because then Artie Bucco can't pay him back.
Yeah, but it beats him up.
And then beats him up, and then they're fine. But anyway,
there's that other friend played by the Terminator who gets into big gambling debt with Tony, and Tony just like takes over and ruins his business.
No, with Chris.
No,
Tony.
Remember Terminator 1000?
You mean the writer?
No, the guy who plays the Terminator.
I didn't
Terminator
see the Terminator movies.
Okay, so the guy who plays the Terminator in Terminator 2.
You're not helping.
Not Arnold Schwarzenegger, other Terminator.
Right, but not the writer that Chris.
No, he owns a Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh,
and he gets into huge gambling debt. He gambles with Frank Sinatra's son and whatever.
Yeah.
And then Tony, like instead of just like forgiving his debt or whatever, takes over his business and ruins it and ruins his life.
Yeah,
and makes him homeless. And then buys takes the car off of him.
Yeah.
And then Meadow gets mad because it's her friend's car.
He's the guy that she's in the shit, I think. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I remember.
So like Tony's a bad dude. Like bad dudes to civilians.
Get it twisted.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, your interpretation dead.
Dead. Yeah, because like, if you get shot at, right, the bullet travels faster than, and like, okay, so let's say a gunman is over here, right? So I don't see the gunman. The bullet travels faster than sound. So by the time your brain is scrambled, that's when the sound would hit your ears. So Tony got shot, and then you're dead. You just go black. Everything's done. So that's what I think happened. He saw Meadow, and he got shot in the head.
I agree.
By that guy who goes in the bathroom.
Right. I also agree. I think since the whole thing is from Tony's perspective anyway, like we're literally living through Tony and all things tie back to him.
Right.
The fact that it went black means there is no more Tony to follow.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the showrunner, David Chase, like insinuated that like, yeah, he's dead.
But like, it's not up for debate. We're not debating it. We think he's dead.
People debated it for a very long time. But
No, you're all
not
wrong.
debating it.
No, because you're all wrong.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
It's a really good show. You should watch it. Gabagoo is really good. It's very expensive. What's your favorite kind of Italian lunch meat? Prosciutto, speck. Speck's like Northern Italian. Gabagoo.
I only have like
salami,
roast beef.
Roast beef.
Is where I'm at. I would guess salami.
Salami.
Salami was one of my least favorites though. When my dad would pack me lunch, it'd be salami and mustard.
Saying here, my sister loves salami, and I don't like salamis, but sometimes that's all we would have because they bought it for
right. And I'll eat it, but like I'm not gonna be happy about it.
What does a guy have to do to get smoked turkey around here?
I don't know. You buy it yourself.
Yeah.
And I get ham every day.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't really like Carmela.
I mean, we didn't mention her
again.
once.
Edie Falco.
Oh, we mentioned Edie Falco.
Great actress.
Yeah.
Did a great job in the role as like a mob wife. But I didn't like her. I don't know if you're supposed to like her character.
I didn't dislike her, but like, what did she add? She was just there.
The best scene. Well, no, she adds. She's
Nothing.
part of the family.
Yeah, but like,
I think the best scene of her is when she goes to that psychiatrist.
and the guy's like, you should leave your husband.
Don't leave your husband. Right, go be poor because this is bad money. And then he tells her, don't ever say now that no one told you.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then guess what?
And then she doesn't. She stays with him. She leaves him. She goes back. She leaves him. She goes back.
She does leave him for a little bit. The time jumps were weird.
Yeah, I think those are just real time.
Oh, actually, before we go, one of my biggest issues with the first like couple seasons was it was never winter.
Oh,
Could not tell.
God.
We have seasons.
I also
here.
remembered what I was about to say. So going back to like woke, could you make the show today? Yada yada yada. So you kind of insinuated this before. And I was wondering, when you were saying you could not make the show today,
you're going to press me on it?
Are you talking about like all the racism? Because there's a lot of racism.
There's a lot of racism. I mean, there are definitely parts that it's also getting like back in the day, you could get away with stuff because it was on HBO, right? Like it was like freedom, freedom of speech. Like writers will write.
Well,
writers
HBO as a cable channel, the FCC has no.
Right.
There's no jurisdiction.
So they used to do whatever. Like there was just freedom.
Mm-hmm. Which they still have now.
They still have now, but you can't.
Cersei and Jamie had sex on top of their dead child.
Right. But you can't say whatever you want.
So now what? So you're saying that if you're going to make a mafia movie today, knowing that people in the mafia are murderers and killers and probably racist.
Stick with that.
You would leave out the racism, even though that is an accurate part.
Because, like, the racism was so unnecessary. It was like they were talking about juniors.
But but these are characters that are racist.
Yeah,
They're bad
but
people.
Yeah, but you could depict them being bad in other ways. I think it's unnecessary.
I think it's. For me, I think it's good. It's a good way of showing that they're bad people.
Yeah, but you see them being bad so many other ways.
And they're also racist.
Right, but like...
It's not like they're like, hey, racism's great. Go be a racist.
No, but I'm just saying it's unnecessary. If it was to be made now, I think there are other...
Woke. I mean, again, I want to be clear. Racism is bad.
They also said bad things about Jews, too. So if
they're anti-Semites.
Right.
Yeah, they have the one Jewish friend, and they're anti-Semitic to everybody else. That's the whole point. They're bad people.
Right, but like, okay.
So you're saying don't display them as accurate bad people.
No, it's just like unnecessary dialogue that could be used towards something else. Like, my biggest issue is sometimes things waste screen time. Don't show that scene. Show something else.
So, okay. I disagree.
You're wrong. I know, you disagree.
You know people who are like this in real life.
So what does it matter?
It's an accurate description of what people like that are like.
So what's really fun about Gino is that unless I agree with him, he's going to keep pressing this
We're recording this forever.
I agree with him.
Sorry, Toby's right. And
you don't have to say I'm right, but we can agree to disagree. And then be done. And be done with it. Right? Because he's going to keep saying, but they're bad. And I'm going to say, I know.
So you're saying you could not make the show again today?
I'm saying you can make the show again, but your focus is specifically on how they interact with each other and the unions and their lives, as opposed to needless dialogue to show that they're racist. We get it.
I'm going to take back everything I said about the MAGA hat wearing Trump bumper sticker people. It turns out you're right. The woke liberals are ruining Hollywood and ruining HBO. You couldn't make this today. It's like what people talk about with Tropic Thunder.
Oh my God.
Is that racist?
You people. It's like a little
Well,
bit.
he's playing a character being racist. He's playing a character doing...
Right, but he's got blackface.
That's the debate.
That's the debate.
I am on the side of you can make horrible characters that are bad people and have them say bad things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm right.
Okay.
High five.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Are we good? There cannot be anything else to add.
How's the gravy today?
You know,
Gravy or sauce?
Oh, gravy
I say
or
sauce.
We also say sauce. Actually, to be fair, in the first couple episodes, they were saying gravy. And I don't know what they meant.
One thing, I loved when they went to Italy and because this is, again, Italian Americans are generally the poor Italians that left Italy. So I liked that the Italians from Italy looked down on them as being trash. When he asked for gravy, he's like, gravy? What's gravy?
Oh, yeah.
It's when they went to Italy and he didn't want, Paulie didn't want any of the food. He didn't like any of the food.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted just pasta with gravy.
Also, just to be clear, Furio does not have an Italian accent, and that was a big...
The actor that plays Furio does not.
Does
He's
not
from
have an
America.
Italian... That was crazy
Italian
to me.
accent. Yeah.
That was crazy to me. I think that was the craziest part.
The end.
Oh, we're done now?
I don't know. You're the host.
I am the host. I'm going to get a shirt that says, I'm the host. Thanks for joining us on this cinematic adventure. I will say today was an adventure of For Better or Worse. We hope you enjoyed our lively discussions and unique perspectives. Remember, they're unique perspectives. We are not affiliated with each other all the time.
Oh, come on.
On the world of movies and TV. If you like what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Feel free to connect with us on social media. We'd love to hear your thoughts and recommendations for future episodes. Until next time, whether it's for better or worse, happy watching. Bye.
Hey, and the camera didn't overheat. So, yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.